let us see how to work with pandas for a simple data analytics operations. To work with pandas, you need the Python package. The one of the simplest way to do that is you can have the anaconda package. So have the anaconda package. So you can install anaconda. Anaconda is a bigger version of Python, and you can install anaconda using this documentation. So the installation may take some 30 minutes. So once you install anaconda is same like Python, but it has a lot of other added packages. Mainly it has pandas, and for plotting also it has plotting libraries also. So once you complete the installation, by default you'll have a Jupyter notebook. To work with anaconda, the best way of working the IDE will be Jupyter notebook. So you can search for Jupyter notebook. Once you install anaconda, by default Jupyter notebook will be there. So you can open Jupyter notebook, and here you will get the link for the you will get a link of the local host, and in my case the local host is this. So this is you can copy and paste, but here in my case it has opened automatically. So the Jupyter notebook looks like this only. So this is the workspace of the Jupyter notebook. If you want to work with some particular file, you can upload the file from your system using this button. Suppose if you have one folder where we have some sample files, you can upload here to this workspace, and it is easy to work. But to work with Python, you can go to the command window. You can say using this new, you can go to this Python root. And now this is the Python command window, and you can create a file, and it's same like your Python IDE. It's usually we use idle for normal Python 3 version, whereas in Anaconda we'll use this Jupyter notebook. So you can type whatever the command you want to do. You can type say hello. Okay, now we have to put a shift and enter. The normal enter will not work. You have to put a shift and enter. So the Python package will work. The basic data structure that is useful for data analytics as with respect to pandas is data frame. So let us see how to use this data structure using pandas. First, to import pandas. Pandas is a data analytics toolbox. You import pandas as any name. Usually we say PD and shift enter. So if everything is proper, the pandas will be imported now. So once it is imported, now let us make a dictionary, some basic dictionary. So for example, my data I will make like this data. It's a dictionary, so I will open a curly bracket and close the bracket. So this means it's a dictionary. In this, let us have some data. For example, uh, let us have some year. For example, 2000, the year of 2000. So let me say I have 5 shops, and in every shops, so what is the turnover in lakhs? In 2000, I have 5 branches of my shops, and I have some turnover. So in lakhs, let us say this is shop 1, up to. So this is an array. I have 5 subs. So this is for the year 2000. Now let me take the data for another year also, 2001. So I can have the data for all the 5 subs again. So in 2001, let me have some data like this: 19.3, comma 20.7, comma 31.2, comma 44.3. So one more data also will take. So this is a colon. 5. Or something like this. So now the data is the dictionary. If you want to know what is the type of data, it is a dictionary, and you can very easily convert. So the pandas is named as PD. So in the PD, you can convert this dictionary into a data frame. You can convert the dictionary into a data frame. So it is, the dictionary is data. This, let me call it as DF. So here the error that is showing is, so there is some error. So all should have equal length. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4 only. 1, 2. Okay. So here I will do some changes. 12.4, 16.7. And here 1, 2, one more data I'll add. So now I'll convert. If I see my data, so there are 3 years are there. I have 5 data, then here I am having 6 data. So that is the issue. So that the merit of notebook is we can go to the same place and then we can do the correction. Now the things got corrected. Now if I see the data, again if I trigger this, now all the data are of same equal length. Now I can easily convert actually. So this I can convert into PD dot. PD is this PD is only having all the pandas comments. So I'll call this data frame. So this, it is case sensitive. And call that and get it in DF. So now it came actually. Now if you see what is DF, now you see you are having some kind of tables. So this we call as index 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and we have 2000, 2001, 2002, and the data we are having. So data frame looks, it's nothing but a table actually. So the data is put in the proper table. So You can have so many entries and you can have so many parameters also. So in this case, suppose you want to see the type of, if you see the type of DF, it is pandas data frame. And suppose you can get the info. What is the information you can get actually? So the data is 2000, 2001, 2002. There are 5 columns are there. So in under every item, I have 5 columns. So that gives an idea about this DF. And suppose you want to see only 2000, you can say DF of 2000. Only the data related to 2000 will come. And you want 2001, you can see only the 2001 data. Suppose you want to know the zeroth location, zeroth index. So here you can say df of log of 0. So now in the zeroth location, 2000 data, 2001. So horizontally it is displaying the data. So 14.5, 19.3, 14.5. So that is what you are getting here. 14.5, 19.3, 14.5. If you want the first row, you can say 1 here. So you can say this. And if you want only the second row of 2001, you can get that particular data, 31.1999. It means second row of 2001, 31.2. So it is stored as 31.19999. Okay. Now we are having a small data only. Let us try to download some real data so that we can use some bigger data actually. So before ending this small session, we will see how to download a CSV file. So there are so many samples available, sample CSV file available in the internet, which we can use. So some of the CSV file I can show you is so. So there are so many websites which give you some data. This is one of the website, kaggle.com. You can also go into this and you can log in using your Google or Facebook or anything. And here, if you go to data, and you can see the data sets. There are so many data available, and see the size also. So this is in kilobyte, this is in gigabyte. So for a simple example, you can download some data whose memory is little less only. So here, so I already downloaded this rain in Australia. The size is 4 MB. I already downloaded this CSV file. So you can download. Downloading, once you get an login, it's very easy to download. You can go here and then download using this button. So already I have downloaded. So whether Australia, whether I have downloaded, and after expanding, I have this weather Australia CSV file. The size is 13764 KB. So now in your Jupyter notebook, you bring the file to the Jupyter notebook workspace to make it very simple. Otherwise, you have to use the proper name and then you can download actually. So instead, you can bring it into the Jupyter notebook itself. So you can upload. So that file you can upload here. You can select and then you can upload to the Jupyter notebook. I have already uploaded, so a warning will come. But anyhow, I'll say overwrite. So now that the file is uploaded. So now in this workspace, that file is available actually. That weather australia.csv is there. So now let us open that file. So under PD there is a function called as read CSV. And you can give the file name. So simply you can type and then put a tab here. It will, if the file name is proper, it will automatically come weather as.csv. So this let me read it into some data. For example, my data. So now if I see the my data, type of my data, it is a data frame. And you can see the information of my data. So this has this many entries: date, location, minimum temperature, maximum temperature, rainfall, evaporation. So many data are available. You can see there are 1,45,460 entries are there. Every day, that many entries are there, and they have the date value and then minimum temperature, maximum temperature, rainfall, all those things they have. They have humidity, they have pressure, they have the cloud. And suppose if you want to see the few data, directly you can say my data. If you type, it will show the data. So this is how the data looks. Location, minimum temperature, maximum temperature, rainfall, and all the parameters are listed here. And if you want to see only few data, so you can say my data dot head. The first few data only will be shown. So it is showing the first 5 data. So there are 23 columns are there, and 5 rows and 23 columns are there. But actually the total number of rows are more than 1,45,460. 23 columns are there. The entries are 1,45,460 entries are there. Yeah. So here if you see evaporation don't have that many entries. Only less entries it is having. So in this example, let us take this minimum temperature. So my data of, now also I can put a tab. It will show me the the name of the parameter. If it is a valid name, the valid name will come. So I can see this. So the values are plotted. So it's only some samples are only plotted actually. Now if you want to know the mean of this, I want to know the mean. I can find the mean. If you want to know the max, I can find the max. I want to find the minimum of this. It's going in minus 8.5. And max is 33.89999. Suppose I want two data. And I can say comma. I can give max also. Min temp, max temp. First, let us see the maximum temp. So maximum temp is also there. So now let me say I want to see the 15th entry. So when if I use loc command means I want to get the 15th entry I want. So this is the 15th entry. 1000th entry. If I want the 1500th entry, I can say 1500. But if I want only min temp, this will give only the min temp. At that location, only the min temp it will give. Suppose I want some more data 1500 to 1510. So you can put a colon. You can say I want 1500 to 1510 min temp. So only that entries will come. Suppose I want max temp also. So here I can say in the same column, the same box, I can say max temp. Okay, this part we'll see later. So max temp also will come. If you want both, what I have to do is okay, that part we'll see later. So by this manner, there are so many operations what we can do here. And the next session we'll see how to filter some of the unwanted data, and we will see how to plot the value, how to do a scatter plot, how to do histogram. So how to do the analysis of this data, how to do a bar plot. So how to correlate two different parameters. So all those things we'll see in the next session.